Before I forget, I'm sure some listeners would want to contact you and find out, get some more information. How would they find you or contact you?
Well, they could use my 800 number.
Okay.
And that's 877-780-7294. So that's 877-780-7294. I'd be very happy to talk to anybody at any time, and I do it as something I'm very happy to be doing.
Do you have a website where people could go to find more information?
We have a website that's named after the book that we wrote, that I wrote, which is called winningthefightagainstdiabetes.com.
So it's www.winningthefightagainstdiabetes.com.
Right.
One big word there.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Charlie, I think we're running out of time here. And I just want to see if you have some final words you want to say at this point to our audience.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'd be very happy to. We cannot cure a diabetic unless we find out he is a diabetic, period. And the way to do that is go to CVS or go to Walgreens or your favorite pharmacy, and you get a kit. And that little kit has something like a pencil, only it's got a little thing that punctures your body, and you get just a little drop of blood. And then what you do with that, you got this meter, and you just scrape it off, and then you wait half a minute. Bingo, you get a number. And that number tells you what you are. Now, if it tells you that you're 120, you're golden. If it tells you that you're 70, okay, you're still golden, okay? Now, these who are 70 are called homoglycemians, and these are called hyperglycemians, okay? Now, the homos have a more difficult life because if they go very far below 70, they'll go into a coma and they'll die in a matter of a week.
Wow.
So you cannot let this get too low.
No. Okay.
Okay. So for that reason alone, if you don't know whether you're 70 or you're 120, you'll auto test and find out. And if your number is 70, 72, 75, bingo. Okay. Now, why there's no the unidentified misdiagnosed, and the doctor says to the nurse, go out and take the blood sample and let me know if it's between 70 and 120. If it is, that person is not a diabetic. Oh, good. The person goes off, and 2 years later, the same thing is going on, and he goes and gets a check at the right place, and bingo, he's been 2 years without a treatment program, and his eye is beginning to go by and everything else. Okay, so it's very interesting to say, well, why can't it be the hyper coming down? Why does it have to be the hypo? Well, if we just say the number is 84, just a little bit above 70, can that be the hyper? No, it can't. Because of all the data that's been accumulated so far, the hyper has never gotten lower than 99. It starts at 120, and some have gone down to 99. And therefore, if somebody's 84, then it's got to be the guy that's 70, okay? Now, these people that have 70, most of them learn in life always to carry some candy or something in their pocket, because what they need is something quick. You need to get back up over 70 as quick as you can, because you will go into a coma, and you have there's some people here in Foxborough who have died because of that.
Wow.
And because they just didn't know it. They didn't understand that they're supposed to quickly take something and boost yourself back up again.
So really, you should know your numbers.
You should know your number. That's the biggest advice that I would give anybody. And if you don't know what your number means, you can give me a call, and I'll tell you what it means. Again, I cure people all over the world, and I get phone calls. I get like 40 to 50 phone calls, emails a day alone, let alone the phone calls. And I'll be very happy to explain it to you, what I think you got, and do this and do that, and then get back to me in a day. Now, I'm not a believer you take 5 different measures a day. You take one. You take it fasting. First thing of your day, whether your day begins at 3 or begins at 7 o'clock in the morning. You are going to take this reading, okay? And what you're going to do, you're going to have a calendar, and you're going to write it down every single day. Okay, if you get in the book, you see there's a technique I outlined for how you do all of this.
Okay.
But I'll tell you right now, I still do it. But when I do it, okay, I look at my hand and I say, you're Monday, you're Tuesday, you're Wednesday, you're Thursday, you're Friday. That's it. So there's 5 mornings that I've taken it. I don't care about the other 2. There's not enough data in here. But if I'm over here and I see it's gone up 6 points or 10 points or whatever, I've made a little record of what I've eaten. Okay, very simple. It only takes like 2 minutes just to say, I had this, I had this, I had that, blah, 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 blah. And I also, it's built to deal with stress. If you had a stressful event, your first date with a girl or whatever. You know.
Okay.
Sure.
Good. Well, that's excellent advice for all of us. And I want to thank you very much for being our guest today. We've all learned a lot from Charlie. And I hope you take his advice, check out his website, or if you have questions, contact him. Because I know the information that Charlie gave today may help save your life or save someone else's life. And I want to thank our listeners for joining us today at Prevent Diabetes Today. Thank you.